Well, well, well. Here we are back again for your new favorite segment where all I want to do is ask you, because all I really want to know is, have you seen this? And this is just a segment where we take a brief little moment to talk about what I hold near and dear to my heart, and that's movies and shows. And today we've got a good one. I mean, as if they're not all good ones. Today we have The BabySitter, Part 1. Now this movie right here, I personally would love for it to become a cult classic. And by cult classic, I mean, it's a movie about cults. Let's just go ahead and get into it. This is a little brief synopsis I'm using off of Google. Big surprise. Because I think they are great synopsises. I'm not going to fucking come here and think of my own. It's not that fucking serious. But let's go ahead and read it. A 12-year-old named Cole finds out his beloved babysitter belongs to a murderous, satanic cult of teenagers. Cole must put his crush for his babysitter aside and escape their grasp before they sacrifice him for personal gain. Now, you cannot tell me that doesn't sound interesting. Don't try to lie to me. You know it sounds good. So pretty much this little kid, actually he's not a kid, and I think that that's one of the main parts of the story is he's not like a little kid, but he still needs a babysitter. But he does not mind because he's in love with her. Now, the babysitter is played by Samara Weaving, and the kid is played by Judah Lewis. Now, this is where it gets interesting. One sweet little evening where it happens to be the very last time his babysitter comes to visit, she invites some friends. And those friends are Allison, played by Bella Thorne, Melanie, played by Emily Lind, Max, played by Robbie Amell, and John, played by King Bach. Now, I don't know about you, but this cast is so good and they do it so well. Now, mind you, they're all grown as fuck. They're not teenagers, but they pull it off and I love it. Not to mention, they're all sexy as hell and funny as hell. Now, I will say, it takes like a good 40 minutes for this movie to get started. I don't know what to tell you. It's the truth. But honestly, right after that, once it gets poppin', it gets poppin'. I promise you. Now, I feel like there's a lot of love-hate with this movie. A lot of people are talking about, I wanted to love this movie so much. I did love this movie. I did. And if you like what I like or have liked it so far, I think you'll like it too. Now, it's not necessarily just a horror or comedy. And I classify this as a horror. There is some gruesome shit that happens in this movie. By the way, gore alert. Yeah, but it only got a 71% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is not the fucking worst. And it only got a 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb. Once again, not the fucking worst. And now I understand most people like for movies to just get to the fucking point, but sometimes you gotta let the plot build. And I think it is well worth it. I want to say it's like I said, I think it's like 45 minutes. 40, I keep extending it. I said 30, 40, 45. It's a good little minute for this shit to get started. But I will start off by saying that the first death, the first murder, the first sacrifice, you're not even ready. Now, I'm going to be real with you. The review from IMDb is a little rough. And it's so funny because the parts that they didn't really like about it is what I loved about it. But they do point out some good little things in this little brief synopsis. But let me just read it. The Babysitter was a film I really wanted to like. And certainly did in parts. But for the most part, I just couldn't. It was actually a lot of fun and I had some genuinely funny moments. However, what it lacked was any depth or actual reason for the audience to care. I would describe it as a feeling of being rushed. That's what I have to say to that. Common Sense Media also says it's about a cult ritual that requires human sacrifice and the blood of an innocent. So there's lots of blood dripping, spewing, and spattering everywhere. but it's all played in comedy. So you tell me, what does that tickle? Does that tickle your pickle? Because it tickled mine. Do you like silly shit? Do you like to be silly? Do you find shit funny? Or do you need drama and fucking depth of character to enjoy a movie? No, I think it was entertaining, and I think that's all that matters. Do I need to care about each individual character? Not necessarily. Not me. I just want to be entertained. And I also still don't agree with that. I think that I did care about the characters. And I kind of do wish I knew more, but that's why there's a part 2. But then again, the part 2 doesn't really, like, explain much of anything either. But it does wrap it up. But that's another segment. Do I think this movie is for the youngins? Not really. But do I think it's for mature teens and adults of all ages? Abso-fucking-lutely. Grab your girlfriend, grab your cousin, grab your crew. Go ahead and watch this movie. Honestly, this is one that I would watch by myself, but I think I watched it with a significant other at the time, and I thought that it was a great date night movie, to be honest. But maybe that's just me. I like to be horrified and cuddle up with a boo. Now, like I said, are there horrifying things that happen in the movie? Yes. Are there thrilling things that happen in the movie? Yes. Did I laugh during the movie? Absolutely. But do I think it's scary? Absolutely not. That's just my opinion, though. I thought it was fun. It's a fun ride. Does anybody like fun anymore? But that's really it. This one is about part 1 of The Babysitter, and I would love for you to watch it. I think it's fun. It's something to do, and I would love to know if you watched it and enjoyed it. And I guess I want to know if you didn't enjoy it. I guess. I really don't. But honestly, I'm just going to go ahead and end it here. This was about the movie The Babysitter. I really hope you enjoy it, because I did. If you could do me a favor, leave a like and a comment down below. And if you're really fucking cool, I would love it if you subscribed, just so you make sure you don't miss any of my other reviews or suggestions. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a good rest of your day. And I'm out of here.